and then they just eat him, and he's dead, because they ate him, and then they just sit in the moonlight and digest his meat, and then bang loudly in the moonlight in the blood. Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Hokies smokes, it is cold outside. Finally, it got cold. I don't like the cold. I hate being cold. I function better in cold, but oy vey, I do not like cold. The spider is still up in the window, and it's not like all the spiders are gone from outside, even though it's cold. Even though I go for walkies at night and it's cold, I'm still getting spider webs all over my face and hair, so that I'll feel it go like this and then feel all these webs going whoop and pulling across my face and hair. So thumbs up for that. They're everywhere. You gotta love that. And hey, front loading of videos, if you could toss me a like, that'd be awesome. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be cool. If you could leave me a comment, even anything, even just for the algorithm, that would be double plus good. And of course, well, I don't have my Patreon list done yet. I'm getting closer. Oh boy, I'm still learning Filmora. I'm getting there. So I hope today I'm gonna have the list for tomorrow. I am so sorry I don't have it right now. But the people that are my patrons are beautiful and awesome people. And if you'd like to be beautiful and awesome, I have links to my Patreon in the video description, along with a PayPal for donations, an Amazon wishlist link with stuff like pet food. And of course, I have a post office box where you can send me anything at all, and I will open it up on camera. Thumbs up for that. Front loading of videos over. First off, I gotta say, I was amazed. When I use HitFilm Express, videos took about 1 minute per 1 minute. So if I had a 20-minute vlog that I wanted to render, it would take about 15-20 minutes, sometimes a little longer if I was playing with the computer and watching videos at the same time. Even if I left it alone, like I would set it to render, go downstairs, make food, come back up like 15 minutes later, and it would still be rendering. Yesterday, I spent hours editing that NoteQuest Hexcrawl video. 2 o'clock, I finished, and I set it rendering. Went downstairs, had to go to the bathroom. And when I came back up, less than 4 minutes later, the video was done rendering. It was finished. I couldn't freaking believe it. Like, under 4 minutes? And I checked the video. Yeah, it rendered fine. So, thumbs up on that. And while the thing drives me nuts at times, because I wanted to do keyframing on one little bit of clipped bit stuff. But if you highlight the frame that you're going to work on, it takes the playhead, the little timeline thing, and moves it to the front of the clip. Even if you've got it set where you want the effect to be toward the end of the clip, because you've activated that clip, whap, that timeline is back to the beginning. And it is difficult to get that thing to just stop. I just wanted to make the opacity go from 100% opaque down to 0% at the end so that it faded to blackness. Oh my God, it was like pulling teeth to get the playhead to go where I wanted it. Filmora just kept going, nope, we're putting it at the front, so I'd put it at the end. And then I'd get it and I'd start the keyframing and it would go boop, all the way back to the beginning and it would put the keyframe there. It took 5 minutes to do something that should have taken 5 seconds. But past that, it's been pretty good working with it. Lots of goofy stuff I have to check out, so that's okay. I mean, it took forever to figure out HitFilm. And part of what's helping is I used to use Wondershare Filmora all the time back when it was at version 8. And while it is different, it's fundamentally the same. So I've got a lot of older stuff from like 6 years ago when I first used it that still are going, oh, you do this. enough has changed that, oy vey, but still is working out really, really well. And that's a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up on that. The other stuff that I want to talk about, not a whole lot. I cannot really remember much of yesterday. Excuse me. Part of it being I got to bed really late last night, and even though I stayed in bed until 6 o'clock this morning, that's only like 4 hours of sleep I got. So I am tired. My brain is not functioning well, but I'm trying my very, very best. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the whole Hexcrawl part of solo RPG stuff for a little bit. The note quest system isn't bad. It's very simple, it's quick, it's basic, but not bad. It's all on those 2 pages when you open up the book, but that's okay. 4 Against Darkness, in one of their supplements, came out with a Hexcrawl type of system, wherein, Amelia, come on kitty, wherein they give you a campaign map. They tell you how much it takes and how long to travel from place to place, and then they give you a system for if you have to move off that map and generate more, that you can actually do a hex crawling type of thing. It's a... God, I'm just slurring and flirping and little bubbles coming out on this side lately from my dentures on this side. Thumbs up. Now if I can remember what I was talking about. I know it was the 4 Against Darkness hex crawling stuff and the differences between them. It is so simple, so basic. It works, but it is very simple. The D100 stuff. Remember this, that the 4 Against Darkness, Amelia, the 4 Against Darkness hex crawl rules are like on a page and a half. The Note Quest hex crawl rules are effectively 3 pages, maybe. It's an entire book that thick to do hex crawling in D100 Dungeon. There is a huge difference in the whole hex crawling business. And so I really want to do the D100 stuff. I really like the D100 stuff, but I'm not going to be able to put a single chart up. It's all going to be distance stuff with no charts. I don't know that I like that. There is a product that I do want to buy, but it costs like $12. It is a PDF compilation of a whole bunch of charts and tables and rules to make it easier to go through and play. So hopefully maybe that would help, but otherwise I'm just going to be like going, okay, I'm using this, and sort of holding it up before the camera for a moment and then doing it, which isn't going to be all that exciting. Not that I know if this is exciting for anyone anyway. One of the things that I quickly want to talk about as well with what I've been doing with the videos, I spent so much time, and a lot of what I do with the editing on those is for soundscaping. Because if you watch the video and if you really listen, because these things are designed to be background stuff that you don't really notice, but it's just there. But when I was just talking about this, that, and the other, it was happy and friendly music. The very moment that I said, okay, now that I'm here, the music stopped, and I had, for planes, there was one time, Amelia, there was one type of sound with like birds and a little bit of wind, and if you went into mountains it was just this lonely kind of wind sound, and in forests it had like burbling brooks and other types of insects. And then when you were inside the citadel, I had a whole citadel soundscape going on, and I had fun with that part of it. And then adding in the sound effects. Didn't have too much of a fight, but the one that I thought was funny was I cast a fireball in a room full of goblins. And then I just said, oh, they all died. And so putting up the sound of a campfire with all these death screams going on. I was like, yep, they're all being baked right now. Yay! So it's been fun. The soundscaping is what I spend most of my time on. Which is cool. I just wanted to point out that takes up time, but it's fun and enjoyable. So thumbs up on that. past that, not a whole lot to talk about because I can't remember much of yesterday. ADHD, time blindness. And I need to order my Wellbutrin today. I have one tablet left, so I didn't take my ADHD med today because I've only got one tablet left, so I'm going to take it tomorrow. Happy days. Still, life is life. Now, on the creative front, with the whole project I have of the whole inside, outside, razor's edge, and cryptid energy part, one of the things that I've decided is going into the narrative is I do a lot of talking about little things and scenarios that, while they are scene setting, aren't necessarily going to be used for anything but just inside of my head as background stuff to help define the scene, so that as things happen, they happen consistently to my logic of what's happening. But now if I can try and remember where I was going. Yes, ages and ages ago, I had talked about how one of the icky things in the setting is that the homeless, already victims, are victimized further in this setting. Because the homeless are the go-to first line of eating whenever cryptids are hungry. And the homeless are already victims, especially in the United States. It is easy to slide down the ramp into total poverty and death. There are no side rails, the ramp is greased, and there is a heavy-duty wind. It is almost impossible to climb back up or just move up, and it's way too easy to fall downward. So the homeless are already victims, whether they're victims of themselves or victims of the system. They've fallen through the cracks, they are unwanted, the system has just given up on them, as well as most other people. These are the people that don't get missed when they go away. And so the cryptids eat them first. And one of the people that I'm going to be talking about is a person that I mentioned, where his backstory is it was a chain of events. Was married, something happened, got divorced, lost a lot of stuff, ended up in a poor job, couldn't pay for a lot of things, ended up losing the vehicle, so couldn't go traveling, lost the smaller job, couldn't pay for the tiny apartment, ended up homeless. Just desperate to try and stop the downward slide so they can catch their breath and try climbing back up. And that's when Polly and Jimmy find him. And, Jimmy tears off his arms, and Polly she just swallows one of them like a giant, spaghetti noodle, and then just chews up the other one. And of course, he finally passes out and dies when Jimmy takes a big old bite out of his neck and shoulder here. And then they just eat him, and he's dead, because they ate him. And then they just sit in the moonlight and digest his meat, and then bang loudly in the moonlight in the blood. Thumbs up for that. So that's going into the story. So as much as I like Polly and Jimmy, we're also going to see them from the human side. And from the human side, Polly and Jimmy are just frickin' monsters. I mean, they are horrific. If you are a victim, you will be able to see and interact with them before they even attack you. Otherwise, because they're cryptids that are made of cryptid matter, we just can't interact with them at all. We don't even know they're there. They walk around and among us, and we can't see them unless they interact with us, like when they decide to eat you. A small percentage of people, when they are chosen as victims by cryptids, can then interact with the one that is going to hurt them. And in this case, the homeless guy is just walking along feeling bad, and up drives the motorcycle. And Polly is just like, oh my gosh, yes, oh thank you, Jimmy. He looks absolutely delicious. And so when he gets up, Jimmy gets up off the motorcycle and walks over to him. He's just, oh my gosh. You look good enough to eat. Grab. And then not alive or even on this world for much longer after that. So thumbs up. They are sympathetic characters within their frame of reference. Step into the victim pool and hokey smokes, they are monsters. Because yeah, they tear his arms off and then bite him in the neck and he bleeds out and dies that way. Not pleasant, not fun. How do you make anti-heroes sympathetic? Well, from the victim side, it's damn near impossible, I would say. These things are horrific. Ugh. But, again, from the cryptid side, they just want to survive. They just want to live. They need to eat. And we are deer and they are wolves. Luckily, there aren't many of them. They have to act within their nature. It is genetic. There's not much they can do about that. So thumbs up, and I'm just working on the whole setting that way, trying to remember what I think of when I go out walkies. And on that, I do want to take my video camera out. I still have a Sony Handycam thing. I just need to charge up the battery and then be able to take it out with me. It is ancient. I got this back when I first started my channel. Somebody sent it to me in like 2016, and it was an older camera then. So, yeah, it's an older thing, and it takes very, cheap and awful video, but it's all I have. So, I'm going to charge up the battery, hopefully, and then take it with me. It's largely just the ADHD that I forget all the time. I mean, literally, I am out of sight, out of mind. If something is not in sight or in reach, I don't own it. That's why I go through days where I forget I have kids. Why I go through days feeling like I have been single all my life. Out of sight, out of mind. ADHD sucks. But past that, I have also been trying to play various video games and do stuff, and I can't even remember what games I've been playing. Isn't that special? There's been a lot of Doom and Blood and other type of mods, and I do want to record other things for the channel just to show what's out there. There's all sorts of cool Doom mods and such like that. And on the build engine that they made Duke Nukem and Blood and all that, somebody has made a new game. So far it is a 4-episode series, and it's massively edited. It's a squad, so it's heavy duty. The independent field for video games is where I go for all of my video gaming stuff anymore. AAA markets? No. Especially all this live service garbage, and then they turn off your game, and suddenly all that money you spend on it, you got nothing to show for it. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Gonna go through and thank however many people have left me a comment in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language, well, you've already seen how my brain works, or fails to do so. We have Jesse Koskinen, thumbs up, thank you very much. And Hexcrawling can be very, very fun. I need to do better mapping symbols and such, but it's enjoyable. I like it, and hopefully everyone else does too. And good to see you in the comments. Adrian FNTES, thumbs up, thank you very much. Good to see you as well. JAYY, good to see you as well. Thumbs up, thank you. Flora Mew, greatly appreciated. And as I put in the comments, Filmora is just new, and so there's a learning curve. Life is life. I'm picking up moderately quickly, so it's okay. And then there's Angel REYES, thumbs up, thank you very much. And then Timothy Johnson, who tells me that the word that is pronounced roughly pesadelo that I saw in the game No Quest is actually Portuguese and means nightmare. Thumbs up, thank you very, very much. Dwarf 2601, greatly appreciated. And guten Tag. Ich kann nur ein kleines bisschen Deutsch sprechen. Not much anymore. I used to be able to speak it fluently with German nationals. Not anymore. But thank you very, very much. And Orphelius, greatly appreciated. Cake, thumbs up, thank you very, very much, and greatly appreciated. There is Chris, thumbs up, thank you, and King's Hawaiian dinner rolls are delicious. Holy smokes. RJ Mitchell, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. Ben B, good to see you as well. Greatly appreciated. Stubby Assassin, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. And that is it. 13 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciate. Get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, if only in text, and if only for a short time. Thumbs up. Well, holy smokes, I got Jack all done yesterday because a combination of lack of sleep, ADHD, and a whole bunch of things. So hopefully I can get something actually done today. I need to call my genetic father. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do that as this video renders. Hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done. If you can't, do not beat yourself up. That does not help. And of course, if you've watched this far, thank you so very much. It is greatly appreciated. You don't have to watch, you do so because you wish to, and that is appreciated to no end. And of course, with all the diseases and dangerous things out there, please just be safe. Take appropriate precautions for your situation, for your location. Socially isolate and wear a mask if things are bad disease-wise in your area. Be very careful and watchful if things are bad otherwise, say crime or other sorts of things like that. Just be careful. Good Lord. And of course, if you are out walking and you do hear that mournful howl of the bus with your name on it, its horn echoing through the foggy night, your number's up. It's got your name on it. You're going to get smeared on the landscape. It isn't going to be pretty, but hopefully it won't hurt for very long. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.